Posse Live. I'm Captain Dietmar and here's this week's fleet update. Whether you're watching this from an anchorage somewhere in French Polynesia or tied up in an old city quay in the Med, preparing for your ocean crossing or simply dreaming about your next voyage, welcome aboard. As always, we've got quite a lot to cover this week and let's get right into it. We'll start with what we always show first, which are our fleet photos, and every week I'm reminded why I enjoy putting these updates together. They're certainly not marketing shots. They are your boats, your anchorages, your sunsets, and definitely your adventures. One picture that really caught my attention this week came from Darren and Karen aboard Small World 2. They're in the Med, they're in Italy, and they're anchored near during the Ischia Film Festival. This 2,500-year-old site is transformed into an open-air cinema every season. Now that's cruising, look at this. And experiencing places in a way very few travelers do. Another beautiful image came from Jerry, Mel, and Gregory aboard the Intrepid Jerry in the Gambiers in French Polynesia. They are also the winners of this year's Courage Award, and after hand steering for 13 days, are rewarded with a peaceful and calm anchorage with crystal clear water. Look at those impossible blues of the South Pacific. And Steve and Meg aboard Someday Tuesday shared another spectacular view of Hakatea Bay in Daniels Bay in the Marquesas. With these towering cliffs, great hiking to a massive waterfall, this is one of those places that photographs beautifully, and their drone shots are remarkable. And I can't wait to see what they will do in Tahiti. So please send your pictures in, even if you're doing some land tours. They're really what makes the updates special. We really love seeing them. One of the highlights this week, our first gathering in Vava'u. Close to 100 souls met up at a remote archipelago in the Kingdom of Tonga. Think about that for a moment. From different countries, from different backgrounds, different yachts. Many who had never met before, and by the end of the evening, everybody was swapping stories like old friends. And there was an outstanding traditional Tongan feast. Great conversations. John Martin was there from the Ocean Tactics, who gave an excellent weather presentation for the South Pacific season ahead, followed by a cruising in Tonga seminar, and we also heard from the head honcho from the Bay of Islands boatyard in New Zealand, answering questions about haul-outs and repairs later this year. The Ocean Posse is not an organized convoy. It's about creating real-world settings for sailors to meet sailors. And you just see groups naturally forming, mariners discussing weather, rigging, tronics, anchorages, and of course boat projects. And before long, everybody's exchanging what's up numbers. That's the Ocean Posse. So thank you to everyone who came, and thank you to Adrian from Mango's Bar in Vava'u. Until next year, same Saturday, same bay. My guess, more sailors. And for everybody heading to our next event in Fiji, we'll see you there in a few weeks, but for now, enjoy Vava'u and the whales. Now, something I'm really excited about, one request we've been dealing with over the years is language training. And one of the reasons we're reaching out to local reps for the Ocean Posse is local knowledge and know-how and getting the right people to help our members. So we thought it was time to add real language learning, not trying to memorize vocabulary while sitting on a boat, not another app, but real and relevant conversations with a real instructor and specifically designed for cruisers who have needs. So we finally found the right partner, and starting in August, Ocean Posse members will have access to live online Spanish classes. Just 4 students per class, so it's small and you'll learn in a great setting, and usually 2 cruising couples at a time. So you set the schedules and you'll have the same instructor and everything recorded if you happen to be offline or on the way. And before these classes even begin, there's an assessment to make sure that you're at the right level. The goal isn't perfect grammar, the goal is confidence and operational sufficiency in a foreign country. Ordering parts, checking into customs, dealing with immigrations, talking with a Marina, and buying vegetables at the local market. Learning even a little bit of Spanish changes your cruising experience completely. And French classes are coming shortly thereafter. And after 24 classes, you'll understand a lot more what's going on around you. So if you're planning on heading to Mexico this fall or cruise Spain or the Americas, there are overall 20 countries in the world where you'll feel more at home with Spanish. Plus, you'll get to make friends with 500 million people who speak Spanish around the world. It's a great investment. Speaking of destinations, I'd also like to welcome Marina Mindelo in Cape Verde as one of our sponsor marinas, especially in light of their team's performance this week in Cape Verde has always been on one of the major crossroads for offshore sailors. So whether you're heading west across to the Caribbean or down to Brazil or south, Mindelo is one of those places nearly everyone passes through sooner or later. And Marina is offering Ocean Posse members a special discount, and more importantly, they're very cruiser friendly. Fuel, repairs, drop shipments, immigration, etc. It's exactly sort of Marina we like partnering with. Jackie, Kai, and everyone at the Marina Mindelo, thank you for supporting the Ocean Posse. We've also expanded our cruising information, so if you have never been in Cape Verde, each island has its own personality. Some are volcanic, others dry and dramatic. It's an excellent place to provision and rest and repair the boat and prepare for longer offshore passages, including across to the Caribbean. So take a look on our website. It's linked from oceanposse.com/countries. There's a lot of practical information in there, and we've highlighted some of the must-sees too. And for those cruising Spain, Portugal, and the Western Mediterranean, I'd like you to meet Jordi. He's become our Ocean Posse representative for that region. And what makes Jordi valuable isn't simply local knowledge, it's his relationships with marinas, with port authorities, technical services, etc. Having somebody who already knows the right people can make life considerably easier. So if Europe is in your plans, reach out. He also has some authentic tours and experiences up his sleeves, and we wish him and his wife good luck with the upcoming addition to their family. You will meet him at the Cannes Boat Show here on September 10th. And at the event in Cartagena in Spain on September 28th. And speaking of Europe, this week's Mediterranean section focuses on Levante winds. If you're new to the Med cruising, don't underestimate the local winds, and as you make your way into the Med via Gibraltar, the Levante can build quickly and blows from east to west. Conditions can change dramatically, especially with tides. And yachts new to the Med think that after you've passed the Orcas, that it's an easy cruising ground until it isn't. So check it out. We also included the route from Almería to Cartagena, plus one of Spain's true treasures, the Alcazaba. If you're sailing the coastline, this is a must-see. And one article I hope that reads is our guide to landing a dinghy on a new beach. Many injuries to your pride don't happen offshore, they happen getting ashore. It's easy to underestimate the surf, and especially if you have successful landings before, it's that one that will be different. Just ask me. And take a moment watching the waves. Study the sets, see where they break. Those extra seconds can save you from flipping the dinghy and damage your outboard. Another practical article this week is about dock voltage. It's one of those invisible problems. Everything seems fine until suddenly it is. Low voltage can destroy air conditioning, compressors, battery chargers, refrigerators, water makers, and we've included some simple ways for you to recognize voltage problems. It's worth understanding, especially if you're plugging into unfamiliar marinas around the world. We're continuing our Panama Canal series and looking at things that have gone wrong. Anyone who's completed a transit knows it's usually straightforward until something unexpected happens. Preparation makes an enormous difference, so read the list, and if you find something missing, please email us. 20,000 lives died building the canal, so we hope no one else does. And even experienced captains often pick up one or two ideas. And if you're asking about my mishap, I personally hold the world record now for doing 5 donuts going through the locks, and if you must know, well, you need to ask someone in the posse. Quick reminder, our Ocean Posse Yacht Insurance Plan is active, and if you're shopping around, or if you have a hard time finding a plan for your situation or your cruising plans, it's worth watching. After 8 years of futzing around with all sorts of insurance agents, we finally have a solution for most of our members. Just go to oceanposse.com/insurance. For everyone crossing to the South Pacific, don't forget, our Fiji gathering is at Navi Island coming up at the end of August. And if Vava'u was any indication, it's going to be another fantastic event. Good food, good company, lots of sea stores, and we love to see you there. And go to oceanposse.com events to RSVP, please. A few tidbits. Thank you for being part of the Ocean Posse. Thank you to our sponsors, our ambassadors, our volunteers, our friends, our partners, and everyone in the posse sending photographs and reports from around the world. If you've enjoyed this week's update, give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with another cruiser. And if you're thinking about joining the Ocean Posse, we'd love to have you on board. So until next week, wherever you are, I wish you fair winds, following seas, and safe passages. Captain Dietmar, we'll see you next week.